Welcome back to the Brandmerry channel, where we are sharing personal branding and marketing strategies to help you create more revenue and more impact. I am Michelle Knight, founder and CEO of Brandmerry.com, and in today's video, I am sharing with you my 4-part framework to increase conversions on your homepage. Now, one of the things that I learned when I started implementing more SEO into my business, which is search engine optimization, I started realizing that my homepage was getting a lot of traffic. In fact, many of us, and one of the things that I teach inside of Brandmerry Academy is getting your homepage to rank in search engines for your industry. So you'll hear me talk about site-wide SEO, your site title, your site description. All of that traffic is going to lead to your homepage. Sometimes we think about SEO only working for blogs, but one of the easiest things that you can do when you're starting your business is focus on the SEO traffic for your industry, ranking for your industry. As I mentioned in last week's video, people who are in the 5th stage of the buying process, ready to buy, and they're coming to your homepage. So that homepage better be working for you if all that traffic is coming. I realized pretty quickly my homepage was not working for me and I needed to switch it up a bit. I implemented what I now call my 4-part home framework. I discovered this on accident and fine-tuned it, and I've been teaching it ever since. So, shall I teach it to you now? Would that be fun? Let's dissect the home 4-part framework for your home page. All right, H is for hook. Listen, if someone's coming to your website, they are probably gonna peace out in like 8 seconds if you don't hook them. That's why this is one of the most important things that you can add to your website, your hook. This is typically right at the top before anyone has to scroll down or take any action, and it tells the person who is viewing your page exactly who you are, who you serve, and why you are going to support them in solving their problem, or how you support them in solving their problem. Remember, as marketers, as business owners, we're solving problems. That's what we do. That's why people invest in our products and our services. They have a problem, they're aware of the problem, they're seeking a solution, and ta-da, they find you as a solution or your product or your service to their problem. So right away, you need to attract or repel. You want to make sure that your hook is hooking in the right people and sending away anybody that isn't the right fit for you. And so this very first section needs to state who you are, right? Who you serve, how you help them solve their problem, get from point A to point B, from struggle to desire, and get to the goal that they ultimately want. So the first thing you need to do is have your H, which is your hook. Before anyone's got to do anything, tell them who you are, who you serve, and how you're ultimately going to help them solve their problem. Then we move down the page a little bit to O. O is for opportunity. So you want to give anyone that has now been hooked an opportunity to learn more and to join your email list. So this is where I love to include your freebie opt-in. Now, inside of my program, Brandmerry Academy, one of the first things that we focus on is creating some sort of freebie or lead magnet, so that as you increase traffic to your website, people are taking advantage of your lead magnet and joining your email list. Your email list is gold. This is how you stay in contact with your brand. This is how you share important promos and updates. People who land on your website who then disappear, it's a little hard to stay in contact with them if they aren't on your email list. So the second thing that we want to have on your homepage for O is opportunity. Giving them an opportunity to learn more about you and to join your email list to get more information about your products and services. So having your lead magnet right there is very, very important. Then that moves us down the page a little bit more to M. And M is for memorable. Listen, I teach storytelling. It's kind of my thing. I teach storytelling as it applies to branding and marketing. And one of the things that I love about storytelling is the fact that integrating story into your content, into your copy, makes it 22 times more memorable than if you didn't have any. So this is the point in which you become memorable. You also share your mission and your message, all M's, with your new audience. And this is where I love to share a small bio blurb. So who you are, your mission, the work that you do, and give them an opportunity to read more on your About Me page or your story page. And so you want to make sure that you have a nugget in there where you are talking to your ideal customer, building that authority and that empathy through the power of storytelling. And then that leads us to the fourth part of the homepage, which is E for expertise. This is where you want to continue to elevate your authority. Remember, people are seeking us out to solve problems through our products, through our services, and they want to know that we can guide them and we can support them. So after you've hooked them, you've given them an opportunity, you've made it memorable with story, let's amplify that expertise, shall we? This is where you can share really popular blog posts that provide education for your audience, can ultimately help them make small little micro changes with their problem, solve their problem. You can share expertise by features that you've been on. If you've been featured in Forbes or you've been featured in Business Insider or relevant podcasts for your industry, it doesn't have to be those big players that we always think about. Sometimes those niche down outlets, media outlets, podcasts, things like that can mean even more to our ideal customer. So you can share where you've been featured. If you have a podcast, you can share podcast episodes. You can also share testimonials. If you've had clients who have seen tremendous results, you can feature those on your homepage. So E is all about elevating your expertise. This is it. This is the 4 things that I want you to have on your homepage. No more. Don't overwhelm people with a million different options. Keep it simple. Ultimately, when people land on your homepage, we either want to attract them or repel them. Once we've attracted the right people, the ideal customer, because nobody else really matters, right? The ideal customer, then we want to give them an opportunity to join our email list, to learn more, or to buy almost instantly. And creating a homepage like this is really going to support you in sending people in the different directions that you ultimately want them to go, while keeping it simple and not overwhelming. Overwhelming your audience from the first thing that they see is a surefire way to lose them. Keep it simple. So there you have it, the home 4-part framework for your home page. We've got hook, opportunity, memorable, and elevate that expertise. There you have it, the 4-part framework for your home page, so appropriately named home. We've got the hook, opportunity, memorable, and elevating your expertise. It does get to be this simple. In fact, I encourage you to keep it this simple. Overwhelming people right away is a surefire way to lose people. Keeping things simplified, straightforward, and giving a clear roadmap on the different options that they have is going to help you increase conversions, which is very, very important. This is something that I teach inside of Brandmerry Academy. If you want to learn more about optimizing your website, driving consistent traffic to your website, and ultimately creating more revenue without relying on social media, you can go to brandmerry.com/academy to learn more and sign up for the waitlist. If you haven't gotten your hands on my repurposing guide, make sure you go to brandmerry.com/repurpose to learn more about how you can consistently create content that drives traffic to your website and then implement this 4-part framework to make sure that they stick around and they buy from you. Go to brandmerry.com/repurpose to get your hands on that free guide, and make sure you like this video. If it spoke to you, leave a comment below. I love hearing from you, and subscribe so you don't miss any future episodes. I will see you next week in another episode. Have an amazing rest of your week.